Hello, hello. Welcome to the Ideal Life Accelerator. I am Justin Wink here to guide you in perspectives, techniques, other things to help you get to wherever you want to go that much more quickly, that much more easily. And today I want to share what some would call a practice. I've been enjoying using the term enjoyment for some of these things because really, if we're doing something and there isn't a little bit of enjoyment about it, why, why do it, right? So, we're going to be doing some enjoyments so that you can get into a space where it's more easy to handle the challenges that maybe come up or get the inspiration to figure out like what to do next, things like that. So it's going to be super relaxing, but relaxing is also super powerful because the most relaxed state is the relaxed state. Because I mean, have you ever seen like uh people doing martial arts or like at the peak of their performance in sports, like they usually just look like really calm, really in the zone. They're not like flustered, frustrated, all tensed up and all jittered. They're usually like really calm and relaxed. And so going to be sharing a technique with that. So do want to remind people as they're coming in, do remember to, like, subscribe, comment as well. Really does help get this out to more people so that they can enjoy this, enjoy the practices, and most importantly to me, and probably to you and to whoever else that might be joining, is that they can enjoy their lives more, right? Because I don't know about you, but I really want to be living in a world where everyone's just figuring out how much more they can get out of life, how much more they can love, how much more they can connect, how much more they can create and just enjoy being alive. Like, wouldn't that be awesome? Instead of what's often been the case in a lot of places that I've experienced, which is like, oh my gosh, got to do this or something bad's going to happen, got to do this because, like, well, that's just the job, or that's just because you're like this and you got to do that, right? Like, because you're a man, this is what you're supposed to do. Because you're a woman, you do that. Because you're a son, because you're a daughter, because you're a mom, because you're a dad, like, it's like, well, it's like, remember, we should be getting to choose these roles, and it should be like, oh, I'm in this role and I get to do all these wonderful things. Like, wouldn't that be better than it's like, well, I'm doing this because I fucking have to. So that's what this is all about, is getting people, yourself and the people around you, more and more to be like, oh yeah, this is great to be here alive in this wonderful world, like where there's water and trees and the things that are in the world. Like, when you really stop to think of like all the conditions, all of the things that it takes for them to come, and you get to walk upon and enjoy and benefit from, there's some really cool stuff. And yeah, it's not to say that everything's perfect and there isn't really awful things happening. Yet a lot of it's been talked about in previous editions of this Ideal Life Accelerator. A lot of it is, what what is our filter? What is it we're allowing to come in, and then what is it we're blocking out? And then how does that shape our perspective on the world? Because some of us, if we're just allowing the outside world to decide what we're going to see, based off of the news algorithms, the social media algorithms, they're just going to feed us stuff that just keeps us engaged. And what's most engaging is usually stuff that puts us in a state of anger or fear. And so if you're like, oh my gosh, like, the world's awful and I'm so scared that something bad's going to happen and I'm wanting to go and hurt people's because I'm angry, uh, start taking a look at your diet of what you're watching, listening to, things like that. um it's one of those, like, it's good to maybe know things, yet do you want to be able to know things that then you can take action that's beneficial for yourself and others, or are you compelled, addicted, and sort of like on a cycle? And that's what some of these things that we're going to be going into. um, and also remember, if you're just signing in, one of the cool things about this is that right now this is public for everybody. So some really good nuggets. I'm going to be sharing a really good practice enjoyment here in just a minute. But what happens is, got people that are in another room effectively, and so they're able to watch this. But then afterwards, we're going to do some one-on-one hot seat coaching, which is where you get to ask me a question one-on-one, and then I use my amazing, incredible coaching skill, ability, energies, whatever you want to call it. I'm just really good at it. And we help shift that into something so that you can move forward. And so if you want to be able to experience that, go to justinwink.com/ideallifex for accelerate, even though there's no X in accelerator. Um, just easier to remember, easier to spell, so that you can get one of the hot seat coaching spots. So the next one of these is going to be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. There will not be the one next week. Had some things coming up that came up, and I will not be able to make it. So make sure you get ready for in 2 weeks, right before, that'll be the last one before the Thanksgiving holiday here in the US. So, if you're got some stuff coming up, like, oh my gosh, should I let grandma do this? Or, the niece wants to bring so and so, whatever. We talk about it. So right now, we're gonna really focus on some breath and some breathing right now, because breathing is really the essence of life. There's a lot of things in life we can go a long time without, yet breathing is one of those things. Like, I'm trying to think, what's the was it, is it David Blaine? I think he can hold his breath maybe longer than anyone else in the world currently, and it's like, I can't remember. It's like 10 minutes, maybe it's more. So, but most of us, it's like a minute. You're like, no, thank you. 2 minutes, I think, is most people's limit. And most of the times, if we're not conscious about our breathing, we're usually breathing very shallowly. So we're not really taking in the full amount of air, oxygen that we could, and we're not releasing as much as we could. And we're not using this whole body, this whole, all of our lung capacity, and all of the, the diaphragm abilities, and all of these muscles and things. And so we're gonna ease into some deeper breathing, and it's very important, I believe, to ease into it, because you will be probably using some muscles and some capacity that you might not have in a while. And in some ways, your capacity to breathe is correlated with your capacity to handle the ups and downs of life. So wouldn't you like to be able to handle the ups and downs of life a lot more easily, a lot more joyfully? So we're gonna just ease into it, right? Um, so we're going to gradually go deeper and deeper. So we're just going to start by going through the breathing through the throat. Should be easy. Then we're going to go to the heart. Also should be pretty easy. And going to go to the belly. It's like, oh, maybe it's, and then going to go to the root, or where you're seated, your butt, your ace, whatever you want to call it. And so it's like, yes, physiologically, your lungs do not go down to your butt. But it's just, think about it as like, that go for a little bit more, and you'll get the full capacity of what you're capable of. That's the basic idea. So we're always going to inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And so if you're able to close your eyes for these breathing exercises that we're about to do. If not, if it's not safe, keep them open. You can also breathe with your eyes open, but this way you can kind of like really feel into the experience. So closing your eyes down, just nice inhaling through the nose, down to the throat, out to the mouth. In through the nose, down to the heart, out through the mouth. Nice and easy. In through the nose, down to the belly, out through the mouth. And allowing this to be done with comfort, in through the nose, down to the root, to the bottom, deep as comfortable, and then out through the mouth. Do one more there. And release through the mouth. We'll do one more, and this time allow some sound to come out. Let it feel good. Inhaling. Then just kind of allow yourself to sort of like feel that, rest in that. Maybe you just notice if you're breathing a little bit differently. Not trying to change anything, do anything differently, just being aware of how you're breathing, how you're feeling. And if your eyes are still closed, you can keep them closed. And we're going to kind of use this deep breathing, and we're going to go into a practice or an enjoyment, because I like to use the term enjoyment, because there should be some like enjoyment in this, right? It's like, oh boy, I feel good. I'm a little drunk off of a little excess oxygen. Fantastic. So let's say I love myself meditation. So now we're going to use that deeper breathing, and we're going to breathe in a lot of self-love. And then we're just going to let out and express anything that like Maybe it's like, ugh, I don't know if I like that, and we're gonna accept it. We're just gonna, because to really love ourselves, we have to. It helps to accept all of us, even the parts that we don't like, even the parts that are just like, part of me is a bit of an asshole, or was a bit of a jerk, or is a little scared. Like that's part of us too. And the more we just go like, that's where I'm at, then it's shiftable. It's shiftable. And so we with love, we see that, we accept that, and then we can work with that and move forward. Right. So it's not that that's where we want to stay. It's just when we know where we are, we can get to somewhere else. Like if you're not going to accept that you're in Bakersfield, California, it's going to be hard to get out of Bakersfield, California. And if you're in Bakersfield, California, I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You'll get out of there someday. At least you're not in Fresno. So I love all of my Central California people. I do. Just move. I don't. I'm not saying you have to move to the California coast. Like great places in Iowa, great places in Louisiana, lots of great places. All right. So inhaling. I love myself. This enjoyment is really easy. It's just you on an inhale, you say, I love myself. And on an exhale, you say, I accept myself. So inhaling, I love myself. As deep as you're comfortably capable of. And exhaling, I accept myself. Inhaling, I love myself. Exhaling, I accept myself. You can picture on that inhale, like a light of love just bathing your body as well. And as you exhale, I accept myself. Just picture anything coming out of you that's ready to be released. So inhaling, I love myself. Exhaling, I accept myself. And just allow yourself to do this on your own. And the mind thinks, because that's what the mind does. And whenever you catch it, just on the next inhale, lovingly, laughingly, with a smile, go, I love myself. And then I accept myself. And if at any time you get flipped, the inhale and the exhale, it's totally cool. We all make mistakes. It's not even a big deal. Just on the next inhale, I love myself. I accept myself. So we're just going to do a few on your own. So one more inhaling, I love myself. And then exhaling, I accept myself. Just allow yourself to witness what you're breathing like naturally now. After those deep breaths and those loving, accepting breaths, just notice your body from your feet, up your legs, bottom, your stomach, torso, shoulders, neck, head. Notice the emotions or the calm, those thoughts or the space between the thoughts. Yeah. And although we took, 10, 15 minutes to go through this and do this, any one of these you can just do in an instant. You can just do one deep breath in the meeting while driving. You can do one I love myself, I accept myself breath. You know, when you're talking to somebody and listening. So instead of just like waiting to talk, you could do an I love myself, I accept myself breath while you're listening. The more you can build this into every day, the more powerful it's going to be. The more relaxed you're going to be, and you're going to come from this place of stability and calm and confidence that you can bring to your world, to your day, to the people that you care about, to yourself. And you're going to be able to do some amazing things, and stuff that you want to bring into your life that maybe you don't have yet, it's going to start coming faster and faster. And I'm guessing one of those things that you'd like to, and if you haven't thought about it, maybe this is the time to think about it and to start actively bring it, is wouldn't you like to have more peace and more joy? And doing enjoyments like these is a real big part of it. It's like, just really breathing and enjoying, loving yourself, claiming it, owning it. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm here. This is me, and I love it. I love me. So thank you so much for joining. Do remember to like, follow, subscribe on the social media at Justin Wink Ph.D, YouTube, LinkedIn, uh, Instagram, Facebook. And do remember to go to justinwink.com/ideallifex to sign up for future sessions so you can be one of the one-on-one hot seat coaching recipients. So thank you so much. Do feel free to drop something in the comments or connect with me direct message at Justin Wink PhD. So great to have you here. Appreciate it. Going to close the doors now for the transformational one-on-one. I'm like so chilled from the enjoyable. I can get words out, and if not, you feel what I mean. You know what I mean. So I'm gonna get going now. Thank you so much, and remember, see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. One of these is offensive. One of these is not. So thank you so much, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the next one. And would love to see you. So justinwink.com/ideallifex. So take care and bye for now.